Like, share and subscribe. Introduction. Part 1 Wedding. You can't do without your what to do now and next. First things first, a bit of an obvious one, but if you haven't got the engagement ring, then get it now. If you have no idea what kind of look you like, then there are various sites around that show you what rings will look like. And although this may not be as good as putting it on your finger and trying it on, they do give you an idea. We'll be providing information regarding romantic proposals and ideas soon, but if you are reading this, hopefully that part's been taken care of. For you, we will provide places where the rings are really good both in quality and price. We will aim to provide the places based on feedback from you, our site visitors and ebook readers. Make yourself a good checklist. We will help you build this over time and you will find one on our website soon. This checklist should be broken down into time zones when things should be done by and tasks. Another essential tool is a wedding diary. This complements the checklist and it's to record anything and everything that needs to be done, the steps needed to achieve them, when they should be completed by. It's vital that you set realistic deadlines for everything. Try to distribute tasks by when they're required and their importance. By doing this, you will alleviate unnecessary stress. The diary should also note the specifics and when the action was completed. We used a color coding system. Yes, we know it's a bit monarchesque, friends. We cannot stress the importance of it enough. Some of you will be visual people and you'll find things well organized simply because of the color coding. During the organization process, you will meet a lot of people about lots of things and receive lots of information. You must keep absolutely everything. You never know, you might need it later on. You need to ensure that you build good relationships with each and every person you speak to. You never know, you might actually need them. And remember, by being nice, you might be able to get more out of people that could come in the form of a price reduction or even a service improvement. Note to self: creating a wedding time capsule. One of the wedding trends that's really revving up brides today is the addition of a time capsule to the wedding prep proceedings. Yes, the wedding time capsule is a growing trend to the point where you can buy a pre-made kit from many websites. In kit form, your wedding time capsule takes the form of an attractive tin in which you place various mementos, photos, videos, as well as predictions for the future. Then you seal it all up with some festive stickers to help discourage premature peaking. You decide ahead of time how long you'll wait until you open it. Again, your 10th anniversary, 25th anniversary, and then you write a stern directive to yourself on the tin to help you keep to the agreement. Although most people equate time capsule with something you bury in the ground, burying your wedding time capsule isn't a great idea. Not only does that subject the contents to extreme temperature variations, but with the US Census recently reporting that the average American moves every 5 years, chances of you leaving behind a buried capsule before the hoped-for anniversary rolls around are high indeed. Instead, keep yours out of the elements and somewhere relatively kind. Avoid damp attics, but a climate-controlled closet would be just perfect. Some of us just like to do things our own way, and a wedding time capsule is no exception. Of course, you can create your own. And a great way to do that's to get close friends and relatives in on the fun. Have them scribble up some predictions or perhaps marital advice. Take advantage of a pre-wedding party to snap photos of your intimates and tuck the photos into the capsule. If you really want to motivate people to get involved, hold some kind of drawing for participants, such as a wedding raffle, give away a box of fine cigars, a bottle of bubbly, or even an afternoon at a spa. While you are letting others in on the action, there are a number of ways to go about it. One is to compose one list of predictions for everyone to guess at. The whole experience is similar to filling out a junior high slam book, and just as fun. For example, ask participants to predict how many children you'll have, what kind of household robots you'll have, how many career changes you've gone through, what major nation we're closest to and which one we're mad at, what animal is the trendiest pet, and so on. Another is to ask your wedding party and close friends to compose short letters to you. Give them each envelopes and instruct them to tell you on the outside when it's time to open the envelope. Some will simply say 5th anniversary, 10th anniversary, or when your first child is born. Others will get more creative, and you'll probably find it's terrific fun to stretch out the time capsule concept in this inventive, unpredictable way. Yowie. Man or beast? The yowie is a more affectionate term for an unidentified hominid that resides in Australia. It is quite similar to the Bigfoot or the Yeti. There is a research centre called the Australian Yowie Research Centre, and its only purpose is to study and research facts about the Australian yowie. In early times, Aborigines viewed the yowie as terrifying to look at, hairy up to over 2.6 meters in height with strong bodies and powerful arms and legs. They are said to walk upright on two legs with a stooped gait. They were somehow hunched over, or at least appeared to be, since their heads sunk into their shoulders. They had a pointed skull and thick protruding eyebrow ridges. The feet of the yowie were much larger than a human's foot, and they had an opposable toe. Evidences of fossils found that look like big human bones show the existence of the yowies in the past. With more recent ventures into looking for the yowies, researchers are convinced that they still exist and are still present today. In 1875, a miner by the name J. H. Campbell was exploring the slopes of a western castle when he saw a hairy 2-meter-tall man-like ape moving through the scrubs about 100 meters away from himself, seemingly unaware of Campbell's presence. In fear, he picked up a strong piece of tree limb and stalked the yowie for half a kilometer before the yowie somehow found a way to disappear. In time, yowies have been known to exist but never to harm people. It seems that they fear us more than we fear them. Somehow we are just drawn to them by curiosity, and them to us under the same pretenses. Campers, miners and other individuals claim that the yowie tends to flee at the sight of human beings. Some trackers even try to venture into forests to try to locate the habitat or community this hairy bunch may have. Unchangingly, most of the ventures end up either lost or tired out of their wits, and the discovery of the yowie's civilization is still a mystery to us all. Should yowies be feared? Should we just treat them like an undiscovered group of humans? Survival can do crazy stuff to a person's physique. It's not uncommon. Just like us humans, where we are located dictates how we look. If the area we live in is cold, our body simply adds extra body hair to keep us warm. For those that live near the tropics, a skinnier, darker tan of physique is what our bodies give us. To be able to truly understand the yowies, we should first study our own world and the individuality of every person around us. There is a website that describes the yowie and numerous other creatures of cryptozoology in detail. This website is called Unknown Creatures, and it may be found at this URL: http://www.unknown-creatures.com. You may publish this article in your e-zine, news on letter, or on your website, as long as it's reprinted in its entirety and without modification except for formatting needs or grammar corrections. Why getting an online wedding toolkit could make all the difference. Boy meets girl, they fall in love. Boy proposes, girl says yes, girl goes crazy planning the wedding. A wedding kit is anything you can use to organize and compile wedding ideas or samples. It may be as plain as a scrapbook to collect pictures of nice venues or wedding dresses, or as big as a box with fabric samples or souvenirs. Online wedding toolkits are becoming more and more popular with brides-to-be as well. These kits are much better than mere notebooks and boxes for one reason: they are more organized. They contain step-by-step guides, schedules, and reminders of what needs to be done up until the moment you say, I do. Did we mention how easy they are to update? All you have to do is delete a task or idea you no longer want to do and replace it with something better. Maybe you changed your mind about that scuba wedding thing and decided that something aerial looks more fun. Why to get one? A wedding toolkit, especially one you get online, gives you a sense of control when you start feeling a little overwhelmed. Not only does it keep you and all the details organized, it also keeps you on top of things. Your contact numbers, to-do lists, and countdown to the big day are all stored and organized in one place: your computer. Weddingtricks.com online wedding toolkit does you one much better. It includes useful information on everything from staying within your budget to finding unique souvenirs and so much more. It's incredibly detailed and goes over all aspects of your big day in a simple, easy-to-grasp way that won't reduce you to nervous tears. So instead of looking for a brown paper bag to breathe in to stop for a moment, there's so much help available to ease the load of bringing your dream wedding to life. Remember, the most important thing during your wedding day is you celebrating the start of your new life with the man you love. The rest is clutter. Why Pensacola is great for people on manual wheelchairs. Pensacola taxicabs. Almost all taxicabs in Pensacola can accommodate a maximum of 6 passengers, including a rider in a wheelchair and a cab driver. Pensacola Yellow Cab is glad to provide cab service to easy and convenient mobility-spoiled community. The women and men drivers of these manual wheelchair accommodating vans are sole contractors. The drivers of these vans are ought to join the Passenger Support Orientation Program. This is to provide better service suitable for the needs and comfort of their customers who can grab the chance to take on such service. Pensacola's amenable manual wheelchair accessible taxis are mostly Ford Winces. These taxicabs have many features. It includes a complete lower floor variation and its back entrance has a universal manual wheelchair tie-down mode. These taxicabs also feature split temperature controls as well as windows electric power locks and an air conditioning system. These wheelchair accessible taxicabs are always ready to assist you. You can just call the cab dispatch lines anytime you want to in any day. Around Pensacola, people using the manual wheelchairs view those who are still physically able to use curb-to-curb taxi ride are having a great time with the homely pleasure of going to any place that they want to go. Studies in Pensacola suggest that there is a great demand for curb-to-curb taxicab service due to considerable population size of mobility incapable people. They'll not anymore need the much involved as well as the much costly paratransit service which are greatly needed by those suffering grave health problems and mobility challenges. In some cities, people with these inabilities are not entitled of the kind of service that they deserve. And for these people to meet their transportation necessities, manual wheelchair accessible taxicabs advance their options for them. They will not be bothered for extra service payments that they don't require. Any passenger will certainly appreciate and acknowledge the cab's convenience and attractive look. Nonetheless, these manual wheelchair accessible vehicles have special function capabilities as well. There are standards being met by these vehicles and can even accommodate scooter and manual or electric wheelchairs with a width reaching up to 31 inches. A request of contribution from nearby local organizations and institutions has been made by the Pensacola's Yellow Cab to work together with mobility-restricted community. The demand for advanced transportation providers intended to people with more mobility problems and health issues, however, it's a delightful service for people who have the chance to take on the service. Your wedding rings. The early Egyptians were convinced of the connection, also even going so far as to claim that the wedding ring finger is directly connected to the vein of love vena amoris that flows to the heart. Ancient Greek and Roman cultures agreed that the vein in the wedding ring finger, also called the healing finger, runs directly to the heart. In the ancient art of hand reflexology, one of the areas corresponding to the heart is just under the spot where a wedding ring resides on the left, not the right hand. Pure coincidence. The wedding ring finger was the last touched by the priest when quoting the Trinitarian formula, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. During the period of Western barbarianism, brides were more often than not kidnapped and held captive. It's thought that the wedding ring was used at that time to tie the bride to the home of her husband-to-be or whoever happened to be guarding her at the moment, like a leash. The wedding ring of old was a promissory symbol. Since it represented a significant financial cost, it was something of a down payment by the groom and deterred broken engagements, for which 3 years of excommunication was the punishment. It's only recently that the custom of giving 2 wedding rings, an engagement and a separate wedding ring, has been widely adopted. Previously, the ring given in engagement was also used during the ceremony as the wedding ring itself. A very practical reason for the placement of the wedding ring is the belief that it would be less likely to be broken, chipped, or lost altogether if worn on the left hand. But did you know that the wedding ring was not always worn on the left hand at all? There was a period when it was the custom to wear them on the right hand, and wealthy Elizabethans used their thumbs to display large fancy rings. Superstitions and customs abound around wedding rings. Anyone might feel, for example, that it was a portent of ill omen if the ring were dropped before the wedding, and even worse if it were broken or lost. But it's also generally considered bad luck to buy your wedding ring on a Friday or to wear the ring before the actual wedding ceremony takes place. The rings, of course, take on whatever personal meaning you give them. A beautiful concept, embraced by the early Egyptians as well as ancient cultures around the globe, holds the ring to be a symbol of eternity. The ring has no beginning and no end, thus manifesting perfect love for a lifetime and beyond. Your guide to writing original wedding vows. Original wedding vows are words you put together to make your feelings known for your spouse. Wedding vows are statements of love that you are willing to spend your life together, and these words are your own to express how you feel about spending the rest of your days helping each other through life. Writing your own vows can be a little difficult if you are nervous about what to say, but you will find that you can write your vows if you concentrate from your heart. Where will you come up with the ideas to write your vows? You need to sit down with a sheet of paper or at your computer when you are feeling most loved after making love or after spending the day together with the person you will be marrying. This is when your feelings are fresh and expressing them with words will seem easiest. Writing words to express your feelings will be original additions for your wedding day. In using vows that you write yourself and are telling the other person just how special they are, because and took the time to write down exactly what your hopes, dreams and feelings are when talking about your lives together. Your true emotions will be expressed in words you want to say to the other person. Don't try to impress those who are in the church or those who are watching the ceremony, but only think about talking to your spouse and the entire process will be easier for you. How should you get started in writing your own wedding vows? Original words of love are points you want to include in what you will be saying. Remember whispering sweet things in your love's ear about how you want to hold him, her all night long. Take that feeling and express it in ways that tell your spouse this. Write words that are not taken from other weddings. Using words that are everything you have ever wanted to tell him, her, but you have never found the time to say aloud. Write original words that are letters from your heart. I love you, I need you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I want to share everything in my life with you. I will be there in the good times and in the bad times. I want to be your crutch through life just as I need you to be the shoulder I cry on at the end of the day. Make your vows words that express just how you hurt when you aren't near the one you love, but that and hurt because and love this person that much. Original wedding vows are expressions of yourself, and you can say it plainly in words that you've said time and again, or you can surprise your loved one by creating stories about how much you love them and how you are going to spend the rest of your life showing them how much you love them. Why hire a wedding planner? Are you trying to decide whether to hire a professional wedding planner or do it yourself? Take a look at this rudimentary collection of chores and details to be attended to in order to pull off a successful wedding. You'll probably want to run, not walk, to find the nearest professional wedding planner or consultant. There's the church wedding, and all it entails from providing your baptism certificate to choosing between confetti and biodegradable rice. Then there are such items as who sits where ushers, bridesmaids, best men, flower girls, music, wardrobe, hairstyles, flowers and rings. Not to mention the vows. And all the rehearsals. There's the reception. Finding the right venue and the right caterers can be a really stressful task. Then you have to plan the menu, the bar and the service, all the while hoping against hope that everything comes out okay. Not to mention the wedding cake. There's the photographer. And do you want stills and videos too? What kind of transportation will you use? What about the invitations? How to know what to put on them? Who to invite? Are you getting the picture yet? The above list shows only the tip of the iceberg. The myriad chores involved in completing just one of those tasks is enough to make one elope to Las Vegas or Mexico. In fact, the only reason you might hold back on hiring a wedding planner is your budget, but that reasoning is not well thought out. A professional wedding planner not only has the know-how and the contacts to get you the best deals around, but also will hold you to your original budget with an iron will and the experience to back it up. Without someone like this on your side, things can get out of hand pretty fast. Make your dream wedding a memory to cherish forever, not a nightmare full of stressful problems to solve. A wedding planner will stick with you through thick and thin and be a shield and a comfort so you can relax and enjoy the best day of your life. Wonderful wedding gift ideas. Most people don't think I've ever got stuck trying to come up with the ultimate wedding gift. Well, you are not alone. Each day 1,000 of people rack their brains trying to come up with unique wedding gift ideas only to throw their hands up in frustration and buy any of the common wedding gifts being sold out there. Below are some wonderful wedding gift ideas most people don't think of that you can use. 1. Gold-plated picture frames, the perfect way to display favorite photos of their special day. Have them engraved with the couple's names and the wedding date for a treasured memory. 2. Etched wine glass, have their wedding invitation or other special verse engraved on a glass sculpture. This will be treasured for years to come and definitely unique. Or for a little variation, get the actual invitation and mount it on a glass plate and finish it with matching colored paint. 3. Honeymoon photo album. This could be made out of wood with something like a honeymoon to remember engraved on the cover, a perfect place to capture those wonderful honeymoon memories. 4. Gift certificates to a spa for the bride and groom are great before or after the wedding. The wedding day is often stressful, so you could offer a day at the spa to prepare them for the wedding day. Or they could use it just after their honeymoon as they prepare to resume their regular activities. 5. Keepsake box. As time goes by, memories begin to fade, and what better and more unique gift than a special box where they can safely store all those precious mementos that become more cherished as the years go by. This box is perfect for things like marriage license, special photos, place cards, vows, and all those other special keepsakes that often get lost as time passes. 6. Couples home spa kit. As an alternative for the day at the spa, you could give them a spa in a basket including monogrammed robes, towels, and a few other relaxing items, like candles, bath and body lotions, some romantic music, and even engraved wine glasses accompanied by a bottle of wine for a special evening at home. Now, who says coming up with the perfect wedding gift idea is hard? The next time you go to a wedding, try picking up any of the above wonderful wedding gift ideas, and you would be surprised at how well it works. YouTube and video sharing. Ever heard of the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words? Well, YouTube is proving that videos are worth more than pictures. Millions of people worldwide upload their clips to the site and let it be seen and commented upon by the rest of the internet citizenry. It's comparable to blogging, except you use videos instead of articles. How YouTube works: members can upload their video clips to the site. These videos could be about anything under the sun. Videos uploaded vary among movie clips, TV clips, music videos, live shows, sports events, and homemade videos. Everyone who has internet connection and Adobe Flash video playing capability can watch the video clips on the site and leave a comment for the member who submitted the video. Visitors of the site can also post or embed the videos they like in their own website by copying the prominently displayed codes. This perpetuates video sharing and increases the following of both YouTube and YouTube members. YouTube's impact. YouTube is a product of 3 PayPal employees' fertile imaginations. These 3 had personal video sharing in mind when they began YouTube. They could never have foretold that YouTube was going to be a premier cyberspace entertainment site. YouTube's concept is pretty simple. Maybe this is the reason for its enormous popularity in the short span of time that it has been in operation. The period 2005 to 2006, YouTube's first year in cyberspace, saw such rapid growth in membership and web traffic it's even more popular than MySpace by some measures. About 100 million video clips get viewed on YouTube every day. Google realized YouTube's impact on the internet and acquired it for an amount in excess of $1 billion United States dollars. YouTube can make celebrities out of ordinary and average people. People who have had no way of entering show business the traditional way get a start in YouTube. Comedians get a following, home-styled commentators get an airing, and everybody gets to share his thoughts and get reactions from viewers. Bands and television shows get promoted through YouTube. In fact, NBC and CBS have come to acknowledge YouTube's power to reach millions of potential viewers and have agreed to provide YouTube content from their TV shows. Recording companies followed suit by providing music videos. YouTube's unresolved issues: of course, where there is video sharing, there's copyright infringement. YouTube has received numerous complaints and some lawsuits from rightful owners of videos which found their way to the site through pirated copies or copies whose license did not include sharing through the internet. YouTube is still trying to sort things out. The site has set 10 minutes as the maximum video clip length to discourage posting whole copyrighted videos, but so far this has been quite ineffective. Some keywords associated with copyright content are also automatically rejected, but users have got around this by misspelling their keywords or using different keywords altogether. Whatever the issues that YouTube are facing and are about to face in the future, YouTube has proven its significance in the social networking field of the internet. It will continue to be a primary source of entertainment for the cyberspace populace. Work apparel. Any job you do will require some type of apparel or clothing. Work apparel can be used in all work functions. You can get apparel for work and school. Work apparel is offered for all industries, from service companies, hospitals, restaurants, assembly lines, painting companies, and many more. Work apparel comes in many sizes and shapes. Women and men alike have come to rely on their work clothes to complete their daily jobs. Men have long been offered many more styles than women, but that is changing. More and more women are taking different positions in the company and their clothing needs to be just as durable. Now women's working apparel is styled to complement their figure but still allow ease of movement for a safe working environment. Then there are such items as who sits where ushers, bridesmaids, best men, flower girls, music, wardrobe, hairstyles, flowers and rings. Not to mention the vows. And all the rehearsals. There's the reception. Finding the right venue and the right caterers can be a really stressful task. Then you have to plan the menu, the bar and the service, all the while hoping against hope that everything comes out okay. Not to mention the wedding cake. There's the photographer. And do you want stills and videos too? What kind of transportation will you use? What about the invitations? How to know what to put on them? Who to invite? Are you getting the picture yet? The above list shows only the tip of the iceberg. The myriad chores involved in completing just one of those tasks is enough to make one elope to Las Vegas or Mexico. In fact, the only reason you might hold back on hiring a wedding planner is your budget, but the reasoning is not well thought out. A professional wedding planner not only has the know-how and the contacts to get you the best deals around, but also will hold you to your original budget with an iron will and the experience to back it up. Without someone like this on your side, things can get out of hand pretty fast. Make your dream wedding a memory to cherish forever, not a nightmare full of stressful problems to solve. A wedding planner will stick with you through thick and thin and be a shield and a comfort so you can relax and enjoy the best day of your life. Wonderful wedding gift ideas. Most people don't think I've ever got stuck trying to come up with the ultimate wedding gift. Well, you are not alone. Each day 1,000 of people rack their brains trying to come up with unique wedding gift ideas only to throw their hands up in frustration and buy any of the common wedding gifts being sold out there. Below are some wonderful wedding gift ideas most people don't think of that you can use. 1. Gold-plated picture frames, the perfect way to display favorite photos of their special day. Have them engraved with the couple's names and the wedding date for a treasured memory. 2. Etched wine glass, have their wedding invitation or other special verse engraved on a glass sculpture. This will be treasured for years to come and definitely unique. Or for a little variation, get the actual invitation and mount it on a glass plate and finish it with matching colored paint. 3. Honeymoon photo album. This could be made out of wood with something like a honeymoon to remember engraved on the cover, a perfect place to capture those wonderful honeymoon memories. 4. Gift certificates to a spa for the bride and groom, are great before or after the wedding. The wedding day is often stressful, so you could offer a day at the spa to prepare them for the wedding day. Or they could use it just after their honeymoon as they prepare to resume their regular activities. 5. Keepsake box. As time goes by, memories begin to fade, and what better and more unique gift than a special box where they can safely store all those precious mementos that become more cherished as the years go by. This box is perfect for things like marriage license, special photos, place cards, vows and all those other special keepsakes that often get lost as time passes. 6. Couples home spa kit. As an alternative for the day at the spa, you could give them a spa in a basket including monogrammed robes, towels and a few other relaxing items, like candles, bath and body lotions, some romantic music and even engraved wine glasses accompanied by a bottle of wine for a special evening at home. Now who says coming up with the perfect wedding gift idea is hard? The next time you go to a wedding, try picking up any of the above wonderful wedding gift ideas and you would be surprised at how well it works. Work apparel is dominant in many hospitals. Medical scrubs are worn by the nursing staff as well as doctors and support staff. Housekeeping typical can wear scrubs to housekeeping dresses to polos and khaki work pants. The food service staff can wear aprons, polos, work pants, chef coats, chef hats and chef pants. The security staff will also wear security-style uniforms to identify themselves to anyone in the hospital. Host staff can even wear blazers or vest with the hospital logo on the garment. As a service company, your team should wear durable work apparel. Work shirts made for industrial washing stand up to many forces set on destroying the garments prematurely. Coveralls are also good for certain activities to protect your workers from their work environment. Work apparel is vital to many jobs in the oil service fields, as just driving to work can be a dirty experience. Nature takes its toll on the working person and their clothes. Assembly lines can pose many different dirty environments and employees need apparel to protect them. Working in a hazardous environment. You can find clothing that offers protective abilities for your body. Your work clothes should protect your body from the hazards surrounding your everyday work environment. Your work clothes should also offer the maximum in comfort so you can complete your daily tasks with minimal effort. There is nothing more recognizable than your employees in uniforms that have the company logo. The employees feel a strong sense of belonging and are proud members of the corporate team. Your customers will enjoy your staff when they are professional looking and come prepared to get the job done and looking great. Nothing better than providing employees with uniforms to wear in the community and build your company recognition with existing customers and potential customers. Online retailers offer a full line of work apparel at discount prices. Online retailers offer products of the highest quality at cheap prices. Online retailers offer a full line of manufacturers include Dickies, Carhartt, Walls, Red Cap, Bulwark, Cornerstone, Edwards, Herb Safety, Fame Fabrics, Liberty Uniform and Wrangler. Apparel is easily customized with direct embroidery on the clothing, embroidered name tags, embroidered patches, flag patches, reflective tape sewn on arms, legs and backs and even silk screening. The customizing options offer you ease to identify yourself to coworkers and community member alike. There is nothing more recognizable than your employees in uniforms that have the company logo. The employees feel a strong sense of belonging and are proud members of the corporate team. Your customers will enjoy your staff when they are professional looking and come prepared to get the job done and looking great. Nothing better than providing employees with uniforms to wear in the community and build your company recognition with existing customers and potential customers. Online retailers offer a full line of work apparel at discount prices. Online retailers offer products of the highest quality at cheap prices. Online retailers offer a full line of manufacturers include Dickies, Carhartt, Walls, Red Cap, Bulwark, Cornerstone, Edwards, Herb Safety, Fame Fabrics, Liberty Uniform and Wrangler. Why wedding checklist is important. Is a wedding checklist important? Why do you need it? Do you think everything you have on your mind will be ready on your big day? Don't you think of the opportunities of missing something? If you don't have a wedding checklist, you're asking for trouble. No matter how good your memory is, you'd be very unwise to rely on it for every little detail you have to remember concerning your wedding. In such an important day for you, it would be a crying shame if it was spoiled simply because you failed to plan properly in the first place, and a properly constructed checklist is the very best way you can ensure that all of your wedding plans come to fruition. Creating a wedding checklist tailored to your specific needs and desires will certainly help to relieve the inevitable stress, particularly as the special day gets closer. Having a well-thought-out wedding checklist will ensure that you don't forget anything and will enable you to relax safe in this knowledge and enjoy the day itself. Here are some of the things you should put on your checklist: setting the wedding date and time, reserving the date with a florist, photographer and DJ, reserving the church and reception location. These are the first things that should be done in the planning stages 6 to 12 months before the wedding day itself. Other important things for your checklist include planning a budget, choosing the wedding party and ordering the invitations. You also need to make arrangements for a wedding dress, hairdressing and makeup. Not forgetting that you also need to arrange for co-coordinated clothing for your wedding attendants and, of course, you need to arrange the all-important wedding rings with a jeweler. It's necessary that all of the above major things should be arranged as early as possible so that you have plenty of time for the small details later. Reminders are helpful. Don't forget to ensure that you put reminders on your list for closer to the date. Reminders for ordering your wedding flowers, the wedding cake, addressing and sending invitations, a final fitting for the wedding dress and groom's outfit, and placing a wedding announcement in the local press, etc. About a month to 6 weeks before your big day, you should go over your wedding checklist to make absolutely sure you haven't forgotten anything. There are of course many more things than those listed above that you will need to put on your specific wedding planning checklist that are personal to your wedding, but the above will give you an idea of the things you need to include. Being well organized with your checklist will help you having plenty of time to complete each task. With this checklist, your wedding will be as what you have dreamed. Your wedding theme. Whether it's a traditional, formal or off-the-beaten-track wedding, you're putting the whole event together yourself by planning its every phase. These days, with so much available on the internet, it's easy. All you need is some time and a clear idea of the feeling you want to get across. Start with a theme and you'll have a coherent image you can use throughout the entire wedding. You may be surprised, in fact, how potent just a word or concept can be, once applied as your marriage theme. Love angels, for example. What could be more perfect than finding ways to incorporate angels in every phase of your wedding? From the flowers to the guest favors to the vows, you can find a way to carry out the theme through the entire event. Is it to be a casual wedding of two Renaissance types? The Renaissance theme is compatible with the wedding ritual and makes for an unforgettable event. Getting married on February the 14th. Hearts and flowers are perhaps the most traditional and best beloved of all wedding themes. When you're planning your wedding, save time to choose the music with care. Get together with whoever is providing the music and talk about the right pieces for the two of you. There is nothing that sets the tone like music, and your wedding music will live in your memories for the rest of your lives. The rings, the vows, the wardrobe, all the choices you must make to create an intimately personal expression of your love are made so much easier by following a theme. But the idea behind it all is what counts. You can choose one word to describe the spirit you wish to be your wedding, as if the coming together of two hearts creates a separate entity with one quality. Is it joy? Is it contentment? Is it a giddy, bubbly, mirthful adoration? Pick a word or a phrase and keep it in mind. It'll tie everything together and make the experience more perfect. And your wedding theme can become a foundation throughout your marriage. For your wedding. For each other. For your life. Your wedding budget. Setting and sticking to it. Want to make sure your marriage doesn't end up on the rocks before you get to the chapel. Then set a realistic wedding budget and stick to it. In the process of planning a wedding, budget concerns often is a source of disagreement for a couple. They may have different ideas about what kind of wedding they want and about what they can afford. To make the wedding a truly happy occasion, it's important that the couple discusses financial constraints early. Set a budget and save for it. The first tip is discuss finances before the wedding plans begin. Everyone involved in the decision-making process needs to understand exactly how much money is available for the wedding. To maximize that budget, you should start saving early for your wedding. Advanced planning and saving will allow you to maintain or even exceed your budget, comfortably. And that will make wedding planning easier and more fun. Get everyone on board. Once your wedding budget has been established, set it aside for a few days and then review it again. This gives everyone a chance to let the information sink in. The budget review after this waiting period gives the participants a chance to verify that they understand and agree to the budget. This is vitally important, because someone who does not agree with the budget may overspend in one area, leaving the rest of the budget in jeopardy. Budget line items. When you've decided exactly how much money is available for your wedding, the next step is to divide the total into budget categories such as the venue, food and drink, bride's attire, groom's attire, transportation, entertainment, photography, favors, centerpieces and gifts. It's also advisable to set aside money for unforeseen expenses. Who pays? Part of establishing a budget is to be clear on who will pay for what. Shopping and negotiating. You'll need to negotiate contracts for services, and so you must know the budget for each area of the wedding. If you have allotted $250 for entertainment, look for a DJ whose rate is approximately that amount, then negotiate to ensure that you remain under budget. It's wise to shop around and compare prices for services. A company may come highly recommended, but if they end outside your price range, let them know why you are going to have to choose another company. You may be surprised at how willing they will be to give you a better offer. Substitute creativity for cash. Doing things on your own is another way to stay under budget. Homemade invitations or making your own favors or centerpieces can greatly reduce the wedding cost, freeing up funds for other areas of the wedding. Don't fall into the trap of viewing your budget as restrictive. Instead of thinking about what you can't afford, focus on how you can make your wedding and reception truly unique. You will be inspired to create a wonderful, memorable wedding regardless of your budget constraints. Anticipate the unforeseen. Realize that there are bound to be snags along the way. If you go over budget in one area, you will need to cut the budget in another area. As long as you stay aware of your spending and realize the ramifications of all your actions, you can roll with the punches and alter your plans to accommodate any needed changes. Make it a wonderful memory. A wedding budget can cause emotional strain on a couple and their relationship. It's important for them to discuss their finances and establish a clear budget for their wedding plans. Doing this early in the wedding planning process can help the couple to avoid conflict during the planning phase of the wedding. It can also make the wedding more fun for everyone and start out the marriage on a positive note. After all, working together is what a marriage is all about. Wonderful Wedding Favors and Gifts receives highest rating. Wonderful Wedding Favors and Gifts just received a full 5-star rating from the Review Place www.reviewplace.com for its ebook containing instructions on how to make wonderful wedding gifts. Wonderful Wedding Favors and Gifts is happy to have received a 5-star rating from Review Place. Now you can make your wedding as memorable as can be. Instead of rushing through trying to get things done while buying a lot of manufactured gifts that will not be appreciated, take a moment and enjoy some time to yourself while putting your heart and love into wedding gifts and favors that will be loved by all and treasured forever, said Tanya Fleming, a spokesperson for Wonderful Wedding Favors and Gifts. Wonderful Wedding Favors and Gifts not only provides crochet patterns for true heirloom gifts but also provides sweet memories as you crochet lovely sachets for your bridesmaids or wonderful Victorian gloves for the lucky bride-to-be. The ebook provides gift ideas to suit every budget. In fact, none of the projects provided in the ebook require more than $20 investment and most only require $5. The ebook includes over 30 wonderful patterns including Dainty Flowers, 5 vintage purse patterns, 3 Victorian glove patterns, 2 napkin ring patterns, 2 nut cup patterns and 16 elegant sachet patterns. As a free bonus, you also get the free resale rights to this manual. The ebook comes complete with a sales letter so purchasers can resell the manual and keep 100% of the profits. Reselling is simple and just requires a link to your personal website, enabling you to upload the sales page and ebook to your own hosting account and promote for 100% profits from all sales generated from your site. Our reviewers have thoroughly examined and checked the services offered by Wonderful Wedding Favors and Gifts and are fully satisfied with their product. If you run a wedding-related business, then these projects are wonderful items to add to your line of wedding gifts as well. If you don't operate a wedding-related business, you can still make a nice profit by making these fabulous gifts for new brides to be, said Andy West of Review Place. Review Place is a leading provider of editorial and consumer-based reviews on thousands of products and services. Review Place rates and reviews everything from weight loss programs to employment services to online dating sites. Review Place's goal is simple. They want to save you time and money by providing quality information on the issues that impact your life. For more information, visit www.reviewplace.com. To find out more about Wonderful Wedding Favors and Gifts and other related services including descriptions, testimonials and product reviews, please visit Review Place's Wedding Favors and Decorations category on the web by copying and pasting this link into your browser. www.reviewplace.com/cat-294-weddings-favors-decorations.html. Wonderful wedding tips from a celebrity event planner. If you want to create a wedding to remember, say I do to the advice of the person who created dream weddings for clients such as Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale, Heidi Klum and Seal, and Trista and Ryan from The Bachelorette. Event planner Mindy Weiss is happy to help. As Linens in Things exclusive new bridal and gift registry expert, Mindy Weiss offers some of her favorite ideas for creating a once-in-a-lifetime event in a one-of-a-kind new home. Registering for gifts, give guests lots of choices and price ranges. To make it easier on yourself, wear comfortable shoes and clothes when choosing your gifts. Take along some water and snacks. If your fiancé doesn't want to be involved, do most of the legwork yourself and re-invite him once you've narrowed down the choices. Let him be the one to wield the scanner that logs in your selections. Personalize your registry. Let the registry reflect your personality and style. Think about your entertaining style and develop plans around that. If formal is your style, consider place settings as a good option along with stemware and silverware. If you are a novice cook, think about a good stainless steel cookware set. If you're an aspiring gourmet, consider the performance of hard anodized tri-ply stainless. Wedding ideas. The cake. Get personal. Give each guest his or her own miniature wedding cake or cupcake, a work of art to win over the toughest critic. Have a larger cake created so you can have the fun of slicing it. If you're on a budget, stick to cupcakes. Add a special touch with your monogram, a special flower or color that makes the guests think of you too. Flowers. Take a cue from nature. An unkempt garden is a popular look with tall centerpieces overflowing with beautiful flowers, branches and leaves. Candles all over the table are a great way to give the room a warm, inviting finish. The idea is to make your guests feel as if they've entered a beautiful garden. To save money, you can put the centerpieces together yourself. To cut costs, buy lots of filler pieces such as branches and greenery and fill in with selected flowers for pops of color. Home decor. Don't forget to feather the nest before leaving for your honeymoon. When registering for gifts, Vice and the design experts at Linens in Things recommend signing up for timeless pieces in whites and neutrals with pops of color. Add trend items through decorative accessories such as toss pillows and throws that can be inexpensively changed seasonally. Living and dining space. Dazzling classic whites. Comfort is key. Look for comfort in seating with sectionals made to fit your space, layered with decorative pillows in classic whites with navy accents. Table linens, plates, glassware and flatware should all be traditional in style but with a personality that reflects the both of you. Let the color come alive in the food and flowers. The bedroom. Affordable luxury. Create a private retreat. Layer beds with a down comforter, duvet cover and plenty of pillows. Mix decorative pillows of different shapes and textures with tone-on-tone color and touches of white. Towels. The bathroom. Personalize it. Make it yours. Add color and personality to the bathroom. Monogram your bathrobes, towels and guess the kitchen, function and design. Equip yourself. Take an inventory of what you own and take this opportunity to upgrade your existing appliances. Remember that technology has changed how these tools perform. The hottest items are hot beverage systems, grill pans and stand mixes. And hottest trend is making your kitchen have the look of a commercial kitchen. Start with stainless steel appliances and add some personality with colored appliances and the latest in kitchen gadgets. The outdoors. Bring the indoors al fresco. Think outside the house. Place some cable knit throws in baskets on outdoor seating to create a cozy conversation area. Remembering to include something for every room in your home when you register can make it even sweeter to return from your honeymoon. You a Big Brother. Remember 1984. Not the year but the novel, which ominously described a society in which Big Brother is always watching you. It may have taken a few decades after 1984, but today it does appear that no matter where you go or what you do, you at least run the risk of being watched and viewed. And depending on what you're actually doing, watched and viewed can easily transmogrify into caught and exposed. It's no secret that we live in a 24-hour world now. With technology making communication such a simple and instant affair, we can talk to anyone at any time, regardless of wherever they live or whatever time zone they dwell in. And because we are living in a state where there is a constant flow of information and news, people are now becoming aware that what you do today may soon be plastered all over the internet within a matter of hours. Cellular phones primarily were designed to make communication mobile and instant. Rather than needing to get a quarter then locate a payphone to make a call, you could just pull out your cell phone and dial instantly. But cell phones soon became a tool used to report, rather than just to talk. Now, of course, if you have a cell phone and you see someone in distress and who needs assistance, you should definitely make that call. But now there are eyewitness reports coming from cell phone callers of the most trivial things. Again, is that really necessary? Add to that fact that cell phones and most portable electronic devices are now equipped with digital video cameras. Today, everyone can be a roving eyewitness reporter and get live first-hand footage of any event just by turning on the cell phone and hitting the record button. From disasters like Hurricane Katrina to the Michael Richards meltdown events, news and things that aren't so newsworthy were being caught and recorded on video cameras that are popping up just about everywhere. And once it's on a digital video camcorder, the next logical step for it to go to will be online and on the internet. The internet is now the world's news network, and anyone who uploads a video or file onto the web is now a reporter. Everyone is watching everyone else, and everyone can't wait to tell everyone else what everyone else is doing. That's the essence of our completely connected technological world. Women's Work Jeans by Dickies. There's nothing quite like the evolution in the workplace where the woman is concerned. She is more apt to hold jobs and careers never before accessible to the woman. Today she can be a construction worker, security guard and hold many other positions before only considered a man's job. Women's Work Jeans by Dickies address the rugged woman in all of us. These superior workplace pants are perfectly designed for the busy woman who plays rough and works even harder. Yes, you can have it all, and when there are comfortable women's work jeans by Dickies on the table, you can rest assured you are going to be getting the best available on the market today. These pants or trousers are specifically designed to fit the woman's busy lifestyle as well as her specific physique. When it comes to these special workplace apparels, you may find it useful to clean those pieces specifically for added lifespan. Wash pants or trousers separately from other laundry. This is to protect your pants or trousers as well as your other laundry. You will find that these pants or trousers tend to weigh a lot more than other laundry, and when washing, the wet weight is even more. Washing in small separate loads gets your pants or trousers cleaner while protecting your washing machine. Dry your pants or trousers at a warm temperature instead of a cool temperature or hot temperature. Hot temperatures can help kill mold or viruses, but when it comes to cleaning your work clothes, you may want to cut the temperature down a bit. This will mean your pants or trousers have the best chances of not getting worn due to the high temperatures of your dryer. Consider hang drying your pants or trousers. Hang drying is always a favorite of mine. You get the nice clean smell associated with drying your clothes naturally. Additionally, you will find that you get a crisper feel to your working apparel. Hang your clothes on the appropriate hanger. Metal hangers are not the ideal mode of storing your work apparel. There are super cheap plastic hangers available at most mass retailer stores. 12 usually cost less than $1. You will find these are great because they do not stain or stretch your working apparel. Of course, the proper fit is essential. Women's work jeans by Dickies are great to fit the majority of women, but not every woman will be able to wear every size. If you are a size 12, wear a size 12. If you are a size 18, wear a size 18. You need a comfortable fit that will not dig into your abdomen, chafe your thighs, or drag along the ground. Wearing the proper size ensures you feel the maximum comfort available from your working pants or trousers. Yes, you can feel comfortable, look good, and be a working woman. There are numerous working apparel designers wanting to offer you everything you need and more. Keep your eyes and ears open for hidden sales to get the best bang for your buck. Yeren, the wild man of China. The debate on the link between humans and apes has not yet been completely resolved, according to many experts. Neanderthals, who were evidenced to have existed in Central and Northern Asia 350,000 years ago, provided the scientific community with information on human evolution. Compared to the famous Bigfoot and Sasquatch of North America, China has its own version of the creature called Yeren in the native tongue, which translates as wild man. Paleontologists claim that possibly 1,000 to 2,000 of the Yeren live in central China, particularly in Shenongjia Nature Reserve in Hubei Province. Variants of the name are Zuren, Yiren and Yeren, which more accurately means wild man of Shenongjia. The Yeren is described as a large animal, appearing much like the orangutans of Southeast Asia, but are bipedal and can walk upright. The height of the creature is estimated between 5 to 7 feet, with the entire body covered with red to dark brown fur. The Yeren has a large belly but is reported to be able to move quickly and run fast. The facial region resembles a cross between an ape's and a human's. The Yeren can leave a large footprint about 16 inches long, displaying 5 toes like humans but with a structure closer to that of apes. Scientists from the Chinese Academy of Sciences have gathered evidences for the existence of the Yeren, which is claimed to have been seen by many tourists in the Shenongjia Nature Reserve. Many of the locals believe that the Yeren is a carnivore and preys on humans. Their tales narrate stories of giant beasts that grab captive humans by the arms and eat their flesh after. Though the Chinese scientific community continues to send expeditions to the nature reserve in search of the Yeren, many of their assumptions remain as theories. However, the stories of the Yeren continue to be part of Chinese folklore and myths. According to the Journal of Cryptozoology, some more detailed descriptions of the Chinese wild man are: the hairs covering its body are about 3 to 4 centimeters long. The male genitalia resembles that of humans. The female Yeren has prominent breasts, and the creature gives a distinctive yell as part of its language. Combined theories from accounts and observations of Yeren stories claim that these creatures don't live in communities but males and females move about in pairs. Though they walk on two hind legs, the Yeren can use all four limbs when running fast or when climbing. As old tales regard the Yeren as man-eaters, most accounts claim that they eat fruits such as berries and nuts. Sometimes insects and empty corn cobs have been located in areas where the footprints were sighted. There is a website that describes the Yeren and numerous other creatures of cryptozoology in detail. This website is called Unknown Creatures and it may be found at this URL http://www.unknown-creatures.com. You may publish this article in your e-zine, newsletter or on your website as long as it is reprinted in its entirety and without modification except for formatting needs or grammar corrections. Why the Underground Railroad existed in Maryland. Many Africans resisted and ran away from their masters from the earliest days of colonial settlement. The Africans were forcibly brought to the colonies to labor as slaves. Slave labor was a foundation of American society and culture. Slavery was gradually outlawed in the years following the American Revolution in the northern states. However, in the southern states where agricultural interests dominated the economy, slavery continued and expanded. The enslaved people resisted their bondage and committed acts of defiance, refused to work, sabotaged, poisoned, committed arsons and violence against those who had them in bondage. Some attempted to run from their bondage. It was illegal for slaves to run from their masters, and those who did became known as fugitives from the law. By the late 1700s, communities, individuals and small groups of like-minded people committed themselves to help end slavery. The name Underground Railroad first appeared in the early 1830s with the arrival of rail transportation. However, the secret networks to freedom had long been in operation. Those who participated in the illegal secret networks to freedom were called agents, conductors, engineers and station masters. These terms mirrored positions on actual railroads. These people guided freedom seekers, hid them on their property, made arrangements for their next safe place to stay, purchased train or boat tickets for them, hid them away inside cargo areas and transported them in wagons or in the hulls of ships. The slaves of Maryland were commonly sold to people in the Deep South as Maryland's agriculture shifted from tobacco to grain. This shift in crops created the need for fewer laborers. The threat of sale far away from family and friends, which separated parents from young children as well, motivated many of these people held in bondage to seek freedom through running away. Others were motivated by the harsh treatment and an intense desire for freedom. The freedom seekers faced enormous obstacles. When Congress passed the Fugitive Slave Act in 1850, the safety of security of runaway slaves living in the North diminished greatly. As the result of this law, Northern police had to capture and return any suspected runaway within their area. Citizens were also required to inform authorities about runaways. The fugitive slaves hiding in the North had become most vulnerable to capture, so many of them fled to Canada where slavery was illegal. At the same time, abolitionist and Underground Railroad activists worked harder to liberate slaves. Committees in northern cities coordinated elaborate communication and relief networks to help fleeing slaves. There became more and more slave escapes. The southern slaveholders became more and more frustrated over their increasing losses in border states like Maryland and Virginia and tightened their grip on both free and enslaved African Americans. Slaveholders were fully aware of the Underground Railroad as the Civil War approached but were unsure of the actual operations. Slaveholders thought white abolitionists enticed slaves to run away and did not acknowledge that slaves themselves might want to be free. Some came to suspect free blacks as the most dangerous threat to the slave system. In Maryland and elsewhere in the South, local governments enforced laws to keep African Americans under the tightest of control. The freedom seekers then became very cautious. Escapes were stopped by the betrayal of friends, family and vigilant whites after the high rewards offered. These activities continued to draw the nation closer to conflict. The Civil War brought an end of slavery and the need for the Underground Railroad. Right now with cross-fountain pens. We are quickly becoming a penless and paperless society. In the same way that typewriters reduced the need for writing, computers have reduced the need for paper. In the past, writing a novel, filling out tax forms or even making a grocery shopping list required putting pen to paper. Today those same tasks can be done by putting fingers to keyboard. when ink is needed, though it's often printer ink, not pen ink. Furthermore, if John Hancock were to put his John Hancock or signature on the Declaration of Independence today, he might use an electronic pen. But the news is not all bad in the decline of ink pen usage. The personal computer era has prevented the cutting down of countless trees. Also, computers have greatly increased the efficiency of recording information. In job interviews, secretaries are rarely asked how many words per minute they can write. Despite the slump in ink pen usage, however, cross-fountain pens continue to keep writing more tactile, and at the same time maintain a time-honored tradition. The fountain of ink. A fountain pen is filled from a source outside itself and contains an ink supply that automatically feeds the writing tip. As early as the 900s, humans have started developing a pen that fed itself and had no need for sharpening. The mission was accomplished in 1884 when the Waterman Company created the first fountain pen. That pen worked as well as a dipping pen but required no ink bottles. Today, numerous styles of fountain pens are produced, but each has the same basic parts. The nib serves as the pen's point. Next, the barrel stores the ink supply. And finally, the cap covers the pen's nib, in order to protect it. What makes the ink flow steadily in a fountain pen? A force called capillary attraction keeps the speed that ink flows from its supply to the tip balanced. The Cross Company. The AT Cross Company is no stranger to fountain pens. It has been creating and improving high-quality writing instruments for more than a century and a half. In fact, Cross was the first American producer of quality writing instruments. Today, the design and craftsmanship of Cross's pens continue to be world-class. The company's founder, A.T. Cross, was a master pencil and pen maker who shared his craftsmanship with Alonzo Townsend Cross, his son. As the saying goes, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Today, Cross's quality pens are handmade just as they have always been, one at a time, in scenic Lincoln, Rhode Island. The pens, like all of their products, Cross fountain pens, are truly masterpieces, revealing several features that add value to the instruments. For instance, all that glitters is gold on Cross fountain pens. Some of their high-end fountain pens include gold caps, nibs and barrels. The numerous layers of clear lacquer allow other Cross fountain pens to look as sleek as today's Italian sports cars. Moreover, if you want a pen that looks flashier than the standard US government-issued writing instrument, you can choose a Cross fountain pen from nearly every color found in a bag of Skittles candy. On the other hand, if you prefer strength to aesthetics, choose a Cross fountain pen that has been plated with rhodium, a very hard metal. Today, with the advent of computers and the information age, Cross fountain pens remind us of how physical and personal the act of putting pen to paper can be. Why so many people are identity theft victims? So many people out there today have been identity theft victims, and there are many explanations for this. Basically, there are so many identity theft victims largely in part due to the fact of how technologically advanced the world has become. After all, there is practically no one out there today that doesn't have or use a computer, and so that right there goes to show why there are so many identity theft victims. Since the internet first came out, it has been much easier for people to steal other people's identities, and it's in fact so common now that odds are that you know someone, or maybe even more than one person, of which have already been identity theft victims. If you learn all that you can, then you can protect yourself against it and not be included in the identity theft victims category. How to protect yourself? There are really many different things that you can do in order to protect yourself from identity theft. For instance, you can make sure that you don't have any credit cards unless you absolutely need them, and if you are someone and does need them, then at least make sure that you only have one or two rather than a whole bunch. This way you will be less likely to lose one, and as well you will have less credit card numbers that are able to get out in the open and get taken and used by an identity theft perpetrator. Another good idea is to make sure that you rip up all of your bank receipts and statements once you leave the bank, unless you have a safe place in your home that you keep them. You never want to leave your bank receipt on the top of the ATM machine, for instance, because someone can actually take that and use the information on it and steal your identity. It is actually really unbelievable as to how easy it is for someone to steal your identity, and so you definitely want to make sure that you take all of the precautions that you possibly can. There are so many people out there that are more than willing to help you out throughout this process, and so you want to make sure that you take full advantage of this, so that you can get as much information and protect yourself as best you can. Women's work jackets by Dickies. There are so many women working in the workforce today that yes, there's a need for specialty women's clothing that fits the physique of the woman. In addition, many of the specialty work clothes offer designs and extras that only a woman can truly appreciate. Working apparel designers offer more because the woman demands more in herself and her workplace environment. For instance, women's work jackets by Dickies simply offer the best when it comes to outerwear for the working woman. Of course, as a woman, there's more than simply being functional that matter to a woman. So what is it that women's work jackets by Dickies offer that busy woman and her working experience? Comfort. There's nothing quite like the comfort felt when wrapping that special work coat around your torso. The lining is soft, adding to your comfort as well as your warmth. You demand more in terms of workability and comfort, so you can get more than you ever imagined when you trust women's work jackets by Dickies. Versatility. Nothing is better for the working professional than a versatile piece of working apparel. When that comes as a coat or outerwear, you will find you have opened up a whole new horizon for you and your working experience. Versatility is important simply because that outerwear has to be perfect for many jobs, tasks, but a versatile outerwear will also be perfect for wearing outside of the workplace. You can have it all, so why trust anyone else? Functionality. There are few people that want working apparel that doesn't add functionality to the task at hand. Pockets are generally the preferred method of adding functionality to the outerwear chosen. If you are looking for functionality in your women's work jackets by Dickies, you will be surprised at all the space you will have made available to you. Affordability. There is nothing as nicely surprising as discovering your working apparel is not going to cost you an arm and a leg. This outwear by one of the most reliable and versatile workforce designers on the market today is highly cost-effective, bordering on downright cheap prices. This is of course an appreciated bonus for many women on a budget. Stylish and aesthetically pleasing. Of course, being stylish and aesthetically pleasing is not always the main goal of your workplace outerwear, but when you get that as well, you will have found a piece of workplace apparel that helps you put fun back in functional. These are so attractive and stylish you may just find you are wearing them not just to work. Yes, you can have it all when you trust what you get from Dickies. If you are a working woman, you understand that not everything is peaches and roses. Sometimes you get cold and downright dirty. In fact, many women enjoy getting their hands dirty. When you trust women's work jackets by Dickies, you will find a workplace apparel designer that appreciates your specific needs and provides you the opportunity to get dirty, but to get dirty in complete style and comfort. Writing the perfect wedding speech or wedding toast. If you are not feeling creative, there are a lot of ways to come up with a great speech or toast, so don't feel like you're under too much pressure. Yet when stealing is good. Before we go into advice on speeches, the best thing that you can do is to get started on it early. Although these techniques and tips will work in the last few weeks leading up to the wedding, you really need to practice to make it look good. Back to the advice: you don't have to write your speech in order to give one. You can search the internet for other people's speeches and selectively borrow from them. Although some English scholars and copyright authors would squabble over plagiarism, you are not using this to make money, so you should be fine. If you fear that someone is going to arrest you, then quote the whole speech, giving the true author's name. What's good about looking through other speeches is that you may just end up personalizing them anyways and coming up with your own ideas. That's how you write a good speech. Getting ideas. A lot of writing speeches and toasts is from listening to other talk to the person who you're toasting's friends and family to see if there are any stories that would make a good toast. You'd be surprised at some of the things that you can find out. Of course, the really embarrassing ones should be saved for bachelor or bachelorette parties. You may also want to find a poem that relates to them and read that aloud. Poems are always good emotional material. Try to find ones that speak of married love rather than the newness of love. This will demonstrate your faith in their new marriage rather than concentrating on the courtship. And don't feel that you have to be stuck in finding something that's overly emotional. You can find something funny and have the whole reception hall laughing. Humor is tricky though, because it can go south in a blink of an eye. Keep it clean, and you are usually fine. The key to a great wedding toast or speech is the honesty with which you deliver it. A lot of times it isn't the words that are moving but the emotion that drives the toast or the speech. Be yourself and be true to the couple and you are sure to be appreciated. Why have a wedding video? Why? Well, the answer is very simple, because you will kick yourself in the beat every day if you don't. When you see you other brides having a beautiful video of their wedding day, you'll wonder why you didn't. Video isn't just a quaint little side gimmick anymore. Video is an art and a profession. Of course, there are some bad videographers and some inexperienced ones, but I think you have enough common sense to weed those out. Let's concentrate on the experienced and qualified professionals. In this day when people are capturing life on video with their cell phones and iPods and every other gadget, why would you let the most important moment of your life just slip by and not get it on quality video? But I have an excellent photographer and it's already costing me an arm and a leg. Well, videography is generally not as expensive as photography for a multitude of reasons which I won't go into here. There are also a few very important differences between video and photography. The most obvious one is that they are not the same. The next one is that one DVD of VHS is a lot easier to carry around to a friend's house or send to a relative in some distant state or country than your entire wedding album. Also, you can copy your DVD or VHS and send it to relatives where photos you generally don't get the negatives, so you have to go back and have your photographer make you copies for a rather handsome fee. The best reason why video is so very different from photography I have left for last. Can you take a guess as to what it's? I won't keep you in suspense any longer. The best reason why you really want a video of your wedding day is because when you watch your video it's like being there all over again. When your spouse is far away and you miss them, when you want to hear yourselves taking your vows again, or when you want to see yourself walking down the aisle, you can see it as it really happened. Photos only capture a soundless, emotionless, split second of what happened on your special day. Video captures sound, images, emotion, mood, ambience, tensions, fears, joys, happiness, sadness, all the emotions of the moment. You don't need to fill in the blanks with your memory because there are no blanks. If a photo is worth 1,000 words, then a video must be worth millions of words. I'm not saying not to have a photographer at your wedding. I would never be so crazy as to advocate one at the exclusion of another. Even though some photographers do try to talk brides out of spending on a video so they can get the bride to go for a more expensive photo package. Those are unscrupulous dealers and I hope you can see through their ploy. I believe both photography and videography have a useful and legitimate place in your wedding budget and on your wedding day, but going without video is like going without music at your reception. It's okay, but it could have been better. Do some shopping around, look at some demo videos, and I'm sure you'll be convinced that it's something you really want for the long run and you'll get many years of enjoyment out of it. The best part is that as years go by and fashions change, it will be a kick and a hoot to see just how you looked those many years ago. Your kids and grandkids will love it too. No matter what you decide, good luck and be happy. Write wedding vows that sound natural. It takes time and patience to write wedding vows. The best vows are those that reflect the writer's sincerity and have a freshness of thought. The worst are those that use sample copy. They are invariably dull, trite and cliched. Your wedding vows should represent your personality, your aims and goals in life. This can only happen if you spend some time debating on what points to include in your wedding vows. Some of the obvious ones are: what is it that you love most about your partner? How did you fall in love? How will you add value to your partner's life? How will you make your marriage different? What are your common goals and dreams? What makes your love unique? These are not easy questions to answer. The task becomes even more difficult when you consider turning these answers into a wedding vow. It's quite possible that your first draft may sound very stale and dead. Don't be disheartened. Try again. This time you can record your thoughts by speaking into a tape recorder. You will find that your thoughts flow much faster when you are talking, and that your sentences sound more natural. They are not curbed by syntax but run merrily like a mountain stream. This is what your wedding vows should be like: natural and independent, not bound by past constructions and stale advice. You can even consider calling your best friend to hear what you are going to say. Such an exercise always helps to remove or modify pompous and unwanted sentences. It's equally important to read your vows in front of a mirror. You will find that there are certain sentence constructions which are quite cumbersome. These must be modified so that there are no unnatural breaks or pauses when you make your wedding vows. There is one more hurdle that you have to cross before your wedding vows are ready for delivery. They need to be shown to the officiant and his permission obtained. It's possible that the officiant may not like some sentences and you may have to modify them. Do that long before your wedding day. This will leave you enough time to be ready with your vows on the big day. Why Nomex app shirts and pants offers more. If you happen to work in electrical field where you may need 8 cal per centimeter arc protection, chances are good you have a need for Nomex app shirts or pants. This may mean you work directly with power lines or perhaps you work underground, but no matter why you need that extra level of protection, you'll find that you get that when you purchase Nomex app shirts or pants. These stylish pieces or workwear are by far the highest regarded protection you will need when you need FR protection in your working environment. Of course, you don't always care about the aesthetics, but you will find those Nomex app shirts or pants allow you to freely move. You probably understand the necessity of have the freedom of movement to move quick when the need arises. What makes Nomex app shirts or pants so efficient is the apparel is covered by that ever necessary NFPA 70E. That makes this type of workwear more than suited for working around electrical conduits and or charges. What can you expect when you purchase Nomex app shirts or pants? Comfort. These fine pieces of workwear have been designed to be more comfortable than most everyday apparel. Trousers and a nice top means you get the comfort rating that is matched only by the protection rating. Super comfort, super protection. Protection. Of course, one of the main reasons you would purchase Nomex app shirts or pants is that you need protection. This is one company that understands what it means to stay safe in the most hazardous of conditions. Electric discharges or charges can kill. You have a life, perhaps a family, and you enjoy the finer aspects of your day. This is one set of workwear that will ensure you have many days to enjoy. Yes, you can be safe, secure and worry-free. That is what you have when you choose this company's highly popular designs. Affordability. More often than not, specialty workwear is expensive. No, these may not be entirely inexpensive or considered cheap by any stretch of the means, but it's extremely cost-effective. You will not have to continually purchase new ensembles. In fact, your workwear may last longer than you expect. This means a larger investment up front, but you are investing into your future, your career, and your life. You will find you have more money to spend on other aspects of your life. Stylish. You can purchase workwear because it is comfortable, affordable and offers protection, but when you can be stylish in the same foot, you will find you have workwear that exceeds your expectations. There's nothing quite as stylish as looking normal in your daily working environment. But while you look normal, you can also have the best protection available on the market today. Not many apparel designers can make that promise. You will find Nomex app shirts or pants in a variety of sizes and styles best suits for your needs. Flexibility. You need to move. You will find that you get flexibility with Nomex app shirts or pants. You can have it all and enjoy your life one day at a time. Windows Live Spaces social networking platform. Windows Live Spaces is one of the more popular social networking platforms today. It was launched late 2004. What it does is integrate Windows Live Messenger and Hotmail so you can easily update and get in touch with your contacts through the use of the readily available MSN toolbar. Windows Live Spaces is actually an upgrade to MSN Spaces. However, with Windows Live Spaces, you can do more with your site than before. You can communicate with contacts, share information, download add-ons, browse other people's profiles in the network, and much more. Moreover, you can customize your space by choosing your favorite color and your favorite background picture and layout to give your site your own personal touch. Account setup. To create a Windows Live Spaces account, you will need to go through a setup process where you will be asked certain questions about your account preferences. Your profile, for example, will be made public or private depending on your choice. Furthermore, you can make your profile details available to only some people within your network, thus enabling you to set access rights to your profile based on your relationship to your visitors. Restrictions. The ads section of Windows Live Spaces, however, cannot be removed or changed by regular users as opposed to the subscribers of premium Windows Live services. Furthermore, Windows Live Spaces are best accessed by Microsoft's browser, which is Internet Explorer, making it unusable for some using Mozilla's Firefox browse. Personal touches: you can further customize your profile by posting some pictures, music, videos, or blogs that your friends and visitors will see upon checking your account. This feature enables you to show and share your latest vacation pictures, compositions, and thoughts and opinions on everyday things. You can also move the modules around and rearrange them to give you the layout you want with your space. With the use of several Windows Live Spaces Power Toys, you can customize your account to a greater degree by uploading Windows Media Player videos and having more skins to choose from than before. Gadgets. By inserting some gadgets or add-on modules such as weather, stock quotes, and movies to your account, you can also set the information that you want to easily access and view right in your space. These gadgets or add-on modules are developed mostly by third-party software developers and can be easily downloaded online, so you can be sure there are a lot of them to choose from. Communication. With Windows Live Spaces, you can also easily chat with your contacts by activating the Windows Live Messenger link on your page. You can also browse the profiles of people in your extended network via the New Friends Explorer or look for a certain person by typing in the name in the search bar. Not only this, you can also join interest groups such as painting, poetry, or pets. Your friends or contacts will then be informed of changes or updates in your profile and vice versa. Your engagement ring. How to choose it well. The announcement of your engagement to your future life partner is the precursor to the wedding itself. For a person who is deeply in love, the importance of the engagement ring takes on a great significance, as the engagement ring is a forebearer of sorts for the wedding ring. The engagement ring does not and should not be relegated to an inferior ring when compared with the wedding ring. So when you are getting engaged, it's important for you to consider some tips on getting your best engagement ring. What then is the best engagement ring? Your engagement is a declaration to the whole world that you are a couple in love and are making a public announcement that you are serious or going steady with a view to getting married shortly. Most, if not all, couples getting engaged would like their engagement ring to represent such a beautiful declaration of love. Many take the engagement ring as the surety of commitment, and as long as the engagement ring is on their finger, they are keeping themselves solely for each other and can appear as an item. In choosing their engagement ring, they would have to decide on the material they would want their engagement ring to be structured from. Some would like to have it in gold with diamonds, or some in white gold or silver, but by and large this would be decided based on the question of affordability. An engagement ring can be of any precious metal with infilled gemstones including jade or diamonds, but more important than that is the design of the ring. Connotations of love, symbols of enduring love, can be designed on the ring. If the engagement ring is a pre-made or jeweler's designed engagement ring, then it is important to buy that engagement ring from reputable jewelers to avoid being overcharged by unscrupulous dealers who treat this as a once-off purchase and so take the opportunity to jack up the price. When you purchase your engagement ring from a reputable and honest jeweler, you can be sure of a realistic price, as he will want to be your choice dealer when it comes to your actual wedding, and hopefully can be your family jeweler and to supply all your jewelry needs in the future. So when it comes to the engagement ring, first settle on the design, then settle on the expenditure, then make sure you purchase your engagement ring from the most reputable jewelry in town. Why you get more with Liberty Uniforms. There are few concepts as respectable as being a protector of the people. Sometimes you may find that you are a protector but of animals domesticate and or wild. Whatever you are protecting, you probably wear a uniform of one type or another. There are many reasons why wearing a uniforms is important and necessary, but and is one workwear company most trusted for providing those uniforms, Liberty Uniforms. No matter what part you play in keeping our daily lives safe and secure, you need workwear that works as hard as you do. Why is this so important? 1. Professionalism. You must remain professional at all times. Liberty Uniforms provides you with the opportunity to purchase outerwear, shirts, and/or trousers that will make your professional look complete. 2. Reliability. Your workwear has to be reliable so that it keeps up with you when the going gets tough. You have to have workwear that is capable of providing you with the reliability of knowing when you need to move and move fast. Your workwear is going to move with you. 3. Flexibility. Liberty Uniforms provide top quality workwear that will flex when you need to flex. You will find it easier to bend when you need to bend, and should your workwear snag, you will find there is some give in that workwear, allowing you to not worry about rips, tear, or worn out shoulders. Liberty uniforms offer more. There are a few categories offering excellence and professional when you need it most. Outerwear. When you need to go out in the rain, have high visibility workwear or protection from other harsh environment, this outwear is going to last you a long time, adding years to your life. Stay warm, stay healthy, and add a protective barrier between you and your environment with each piece of outerwear you choose. Shirts. Whether you are wanting a short or long sleeved shirt for your working ensemble, you will find there are a copious number of colors and features that will help you get the most out of your next purchase. No difficult decisions to be made here. Instead, you can shop with confidence knowing Liberty Uniforms has your back. Trousers. Number 1. Know how to make the best security trousers in the industry. Liberty Uniforms offers the best in design and style when you are looking for the best construction for your trousers in your often hectic workplace environment. Mini uniforms for kids, infants. Sometimes you may find you need something special for the younger generation. Nothing is as friendly, as professional, or as compassionate as having mini uniforms for kids or infants. There are so many options to choose from. You will find a couple sets of these work miracles. No matter what you choose when deciding on Liberty Uniforms, you will soon discover why some protection workforces rely on this superior company for all their workforce clothing. You will find a hefty selection of choices for colors, materials used, features, sizes, and so much more. With these wonderful pieces of workwear, you will come to understand why this one company stands out in a crowd. Women's work pants by Dickies. As a professional woman, you demand the best in your workwear. You give your all in every aspect of your life, and you deserve to have workwear that will stand the test of your often brutally harsh day. Your workday does not only consist of the traditionally accepted women's work. You can work in oil fields, the space industry, and much more. Consequently, the women's range of activities in her professional career often leads to a complex need for working apparel that ranges from soft and elegant to hearty and rough. Women's work pants by Dickies provide you with all the options you need, and some options you may not know you even needed. There are a lot of styles, colors, fashions, and materials you get to choose from when you choose women's work pants by Dickies. You get to have a world of options available to you, and you may be supervised at the many other benefits. Durability. A lot of the durability will depend on the materials used in the construction of the working apparel. Women's work pants by Dickies is extremely durable because each pair of working trousers is designed to be of the highest quality materials, ranging from the fabric to the buttons to the zippers to the thread. Every step of the process is specifically designed to allow you to have a pair of working trousers that will last you a long time while still being at its top performance by allowing you to perform at the top of your game. Affordability. Because Dickies has such a reputation and deals in such large quantities of working apparel, you will find this is one working apparel designer that simply offers you better prices because they can afford to. For this high quality, you would expect to pay a lot more, but you don't want to pay a lot more money for these high quality, superior designs. In fact, they are so affordable many individuals choose them for their everyday wearing necessities just because you save money and get the high quality. Reliability. Women's work pants by Dickies has another benefit many people take for granted until it's not: their reliability. If you cannot depend on your working apparel to be reliable, you will find embarrassing and often dangerous wardrobe malfunctions caused by your working apparel. You need to depend on your working apparel because you cannot give your all if you are worried about how your clothing is doing its job. These trousers are by far going to shock you with how reliable they are, and you will love the peace of mind you get. There are few concepts as important to your workday as the working